feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking.
I am glad to be back with you today. I am going to do two things in this video. I have gotten a request to say, hey Jackie, we saw your video for what you do as a nighttime routine for your face, but what do you do for the day? So I thought there's no better time than the present, and that's how I'm going to kick off my morning doing that with you. And then I'm going to actually finish my look by putting on what I would use for day makeup, and I'm going to use the new Patricia Bright palettes that I just got these in the mail about a week or so ago. She came out with 4 different variations for your for your blush palettes, and then she came out with 2 different palettes for your eyeshadow. Can you say amazing? This is actually the toned down version. The other eyeshadow palette had more brighter, vibrant colors, but I used this on Thanksgiving the other day, and it was so nice. I love these palettes. I got them from Ulta, as I said, if I didn't say that already. And what I also love about these, in addition to them being so nice and smooth and nice, a great selection of colors, it was the price. I say they are priced at a very comfortable luxury price point. So let's get started with my day routine. You guys know some of the things that I use for nighttime are prescription based and medicated. So for my day routine, I'm able to get away with less medicated or prescription based products. So here's the first thing that I do. After I wash my face with just plain warm water, then the second thing I use actually for my toner, you guys know that I showed you for my evening I was using clindamycin, which is prescription. I don't use this anymore for day. I feel as long as I'm using it at night. For day, I actually switched to something that you can buy from a local spa, and is the Biologique. I can't say this name, but I'll link it below for you. And it's the Lotion P. It's a Lotion P50 1970, which is actually the original formula.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
All right, so that is my toner. Actually, it gives a little tingle too, so you definitely feel that it's working, it's cleansing your face pretty good. The second thing I use is my eye cream, and I use the Barber Sturm eye cream. You can buy this at some of the local department stores or buy it online. So this is what I use, and this is the same thing that I use for night. And literally, I'm just going to do a quick dab. You barely can see it on my finger, but you don't need much at all. So that's quickly my eye cream. Then the next thing I do is my sunscreen. The current sunscreen that I'm using still is by Elta. You actually can definitely purchase this online. It's not a prescription. You can find it at some local spas. You can buy it online. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it locally. But so anyway, this works well for me for sensitive skin, acne prone skin. I've been using this now for probably a year and a half almost, and I absolutely love it. It does not clog my pores and does not cause me any outbreaks. So this is typically what I've been using every day, and a little definitely goes a long way. So I'm just going to put that much, literally, and this is actually too much. It doesn't leave my face oily, greasy, and it definitely gives me sunscreen coverage of 46, which is great. And the one that I used to use, actually I put a little bit on my tissue too, just a little bit. Especially if I know if I'm wearing my neck exposed for the day, then I'll put it on my neck too. The other one that I used to use before I switched to the Elta Md was Shiseido, which you can definitely buy online at local department stores, Sephora. And this one also I've been using for years. And if I know it's in the heat of the summer and I'm not really wearing any makeup or anything, and I'm going to be in sun a lot, then I actually just use this one alone if I know I'm not putting any makeup or anything on. And so that's why I definitely keep them both on hand. So this is the oil-free broad spectrum by Shiseido. So can't go wrong with that one either if you decide you don't want to use the Elta. I definitely recommend the Shiseido. Then the next step I used to use my medicated moisturizer, but I feel that the Elta moisturizes my face so well and gives me sunscreen that I feel I don't have to use my prescription lotion anymore. I keep it on hand just in case in the wintertime, you know, around my mouth where something gets really dry and I feel I need just a little something extra. Then I keep and just put a dab on. But I'm finding that Elta is serving both purposes for me, and it's been doing a really good job for a year and a half. So that's what I use. Now, then I have to moisturize my lips, and the same thing I use for night is what I use for day, and it is the Lip Luxe by Mizzi Cosmetics. So I just put a little bit of that on. So at least before I put on anything, my lips are well moisturized. And then the last thing I do before I put on my makeup is you have to put something on your hands. So currently I've been using the Mary Kay Satin Hands. Now it's time to put on the makeup. Very first step is my primer. And so the current one that I'm using is still by Hourglass that I absolutely love. It doesn't dry out my skin. And definitely a little bit goes a long way. So I just put a little bit here. I put it really in my T-zone area, really. The areas that I typically shine the most. So just a little. I rarely put any around there because that's normally where it's dry around my mouth. And then the second thing I use is for day, quick. You guys have seen me talk about this one a lot, and it is the Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer. This is definitely my go-to every day. Today it's just going to be a light, casual day, so I'm just going to quickly throw on something that I normally would without even hesitating. Definitely have to shake it up pretty good. And so this is a quick step. I'm just putting it on my brush. Pick it up, put it underneath my eyes too. I don't care. Then I'll use a little bit of concealer, but I feel, you know, just for a quick every day, it's kind of give me one to blend in my face and give me a more blended, even look. I think it's perfect. And it doesn't break me out, doesn't make me too oily, doesn't make me too shiny. Yes, yes, yes. Plus, 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 plus. Definitely recommend it. And the color, once again, that I'm using is called Rich. And there are 6 shades. Sometimes the stores may not have all 6. Sometimes I've found that if I go online, I'll see all of the shades. But I know there's one more shade that's a tad bit deeper in tone and color. I don't remember the name of it, but so just say Rich is number 5. And then there's one more that's a 6. Everyday concealer that I've been using is Dior, but I've definitely been loving the Kat Von D one. That's the one I typically use a lot, but being that this is just a tinted moisturizer, I'm keeping everything light, then I'm just going to use a Dior because it's less coverage in my opinion, but I'm just looking less made up as well. I'm not really wearing a foundation color, so. Actually, I'll let that sit for a minute. While that's sitting for a second, then I'm just going to go ahead and throw on my eyebrows. I'm currently still using the pencil by Tom Ford. And the color is Ebony. So this is what I've been using now, I don't know, for at least about 3 years now. I used to use the Anastasia one, which is very similar. I think, you know, there's even one by Hourglass that I like a lot too. So I think once you find the perfect shade that works for you, I think they all work very similarly if you ask me, but it's just a matter of finding the right shade that you prefer. So I think between the Anastasia, the Hourglass, and the Tom Ford, you'll find the shade that works well for you, but I really think these pencils all work the same if you ask me. I'm gonna do this side. This is my worst side for my eyebrows. This one just takes an extra 30 seconds because many years ago, and this is what I tell my young girls, when I have conversations with you guys, do not let anyone overwax your eyebrows when you're younger, because someone didn't know what they were doing when I was younger. Actually, when I say younger, even in my 20s. And she waxed my eyebrows straight down, trying to make a straight line, and she did it so far over that my eyebrow never grew back towards the middle. And so I'm constantly filling this in, trying to make it move forward because of that. So I tell everybody that do not let anyone do what you don't want done to your brows. You tell the person before they touch them, this is where I want you to stop, and this is where I want it to start, and this is what I don't want. Do not let anyone just do whatever they want to do. I really don't need this, but I'm just going to do it because I have it here, a gimme brow. So sometimes if I throw in a gimme brow, I'll throw it right there where I call my little problem area, which is for me right on the outer edges. So that's basically what I do. Quickly, nothing long, you guys. Everything is quickly and fast. I'm just going to throw a little down the bridge of my nose. I really don't do the different shades all over. I mean, rarely I do it. So I do it there and I do it on my nose, and that's basically it. Then I take my brush. Oh, did I show you? I didn't show you where I keep my brushes. This is definitely a good find. This is how I store my brushes. I have one for my brush. I have one for my lip liners. I have one for my cottons, and my favorite find, all from the dollar store. I absolutely love these, so that's been working real well for me. So if I break one, I'm not all upset, and they look pretty nice on my counter. And once again, I don't have a lot of space on my counter, so that works out just fine, and it's easy to access the brushes. I can see everything, and everything is not all squeezed together and I can't reach it. That's like so annoying, trying to reach and grab your brush or grab anything and you can't really get to it because everything is, you know, so tight and you can't put your hand in and then you're dropping things. So it's just a little annoying. Just to kind of give me a little quick definition. And then next, I'm just going to take my fingers, blend in the concealer that I put on. This sometimes like if I'm like really rushing and I don't have time for all this sponge stuff, I'll actually just take and spray the Evian water. Well, this one is by the Evane that I get from Walgreens. Because I just wanted to blend in real fast and make it look as natural as possible. So now we are going to, now I'm actually going to do my shadow next. So I'm going to choose from the beautiful palette, and let's see, I'm going to go for, I think, more of the, I want to go for, I think, more of the, like the browner tones or the rust tones today. So I am going to do my lid first. So for me, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to try this color first. It's called Biggest Fan. Let's see what this looks like. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my lid. Now, once again, I am very light-handed when it comes to makeup in general, because I still like to keep it as natural as possible. I know some people tell me you need to add more, but it's just me. So I'm just, hopefully it'll come across okay in the camera for you guys. So that was a pretty color. Biggest Fan. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this palette if you decide to get this. Next thing is my crease brush. So I think I'm going to go for Brown Sugar. So that's this color right here, is Brown Sugar. Just to make sure I don't put on too much for myself. I generally put enough on the brush to do both eyes. That's just me. I think this is definitely enough for me. Like I said, I'm hoping it comes across okay. I'm going to try to take a before and after picture for you guys. So hopefully the camera will pick up the after picture of the eyes to show the colors. Yes, this is so pretty. The color is pretty. All right, next one. I think I just want to add one more color in the corners, a tad bit. It's day. I'm not trying to make it too smoky, but let's go for I don't know, they're all so pretty. Let's go for Irreplaceable, which is that color right there, right below the black. I'm just gonna do right on the corners. And then what I think I'm going to do, instead of using a pencil liner, I think I'm gonna use this as my liner color. And for that, I will use this little brush. All my brushes I've had for many years. I'm thankful I'm still able to use them pretty well. That they're still working out just fine. It actually was Trish McAvoy. And the reason why I like them over the years because I have the clear glass and it's a clear glass handle. I know it's stupid, but that's just me. So I've been trying to hold on to these brushes as long as possible because brushes are so daggone expensive. So what I did, I just lightly tapped my brush into water a tad bit, and then so now I'm able to use the same color, Irreplaceable, as my liner because the brush is a little wet. Now I'm going to blend. So what I'm going to do is dip my blending brush back in the biggest fan, just a little bit. And then I'm just going to quickly now just go over the whole thing. So just to clean up the outer corners with all that blending I was doing. What do you guys think so far? Easy, right? I'm hoping it comes across okay on this camera. Pretty good. Let's see. Now, I know it's weird, but I'm actually going to put on my lip liner next. I'm going to throw on my Hourglass mascara. I think I'm going to do blush next. So from the Patricia Bright palette, I'm gonna go with so she has so with it is a highlighter, the bronzer, and the blush color in each of the palettes. So I'm going to put on a little of the bronzer first, just a little bit in the middle here. I'm gonna put it, I already put some definition color underneath my cheeks. I really don't need a lot there. So I'll just use it a little bit. But I wanted to show you how beautiful the color is, and it's just a nice compliment to my skin. The color of this particular palette is You Are Gold. All her names are really cute too. So that's the name of this palette. And then now the blush. I'm not putting on highlighter because once again I just trying to do a quick day look. And I'm just being real, I typically don't use highlighter, especially during the day. If I do it, I try to do it in the evening and trying to take a little bit more time. But during the day, I'm just being real, I don't do that. I'll just put a little bit on my cheeks. I'm gonna blend it in a little bit more. But see, I just hit one little dab, one little tap, and I used it for both cheeks, and it's plenty. Really, really pretty, Patricia. All right. So that is the cheek color. And so the cheek color helps me define exactly what color to make my lips. So that's why I just figured I would just do the cheek first. So I'm just gonna blend this in. Take out my eyebrow brush. Sometimes I get so mad that I forget to do this sometimes. So I'm gonna take this out now so I don't forget. Oh, drop my brush. Okay. All right. That's done. Now, just take the excess. Okay. 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 Now, lip color. Okay, so I pulled out a few different things, but I think I'm gonna have to blend them. So I have a Chantecaille matte liquid lip gloss, a Clos de Peau new lipstick I bought, and then a Nars. So I'm gonna do the Nars first and then see if I wanna blend in the other two. So, but being that I'm going for the rust brown color. Oh, this may do the trick. I don't think I need the bright color. I have to brush my brows a little bit because I do forget this sometimes. But that's it, you guys. So this is my before and my after of my day look using my day products and the Patricia Bright new palette. So I hope you guys like it. Give me the 2 thumbs up, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate. And also stay tuned. Check back with me in a couple days because I am about to take the Standout December perfumes. You don't want to miss it. It's definitely a unisex line that's exclusive that you have to only get it if you order it online. Stay tuned. You're going to love it. Love you guys so much. Have a wonderful few days, and I'll see you soon.
Look at the beautiful stars. I want to drive a faster car.